Michael Vasquez reporting from the Oceanside International Film Festival Red Carpet 2025. I have Bob Campi with the Shape of Things, the Dick Brewer Story documentary film. Tell us a little bit about how this film came together.
It actually originated about 4 years ago, and I was very curious during the pandemic. The entertainment industry in Los Angeles had basically shut down. And I was just looking for a project to do, to kind of absorb the time, wait for us to get back together. I was actually on the show Bosch, the Amazon show Bosch, the police drama, and that had shut down. And it was just an idea that dropped from the trees. It was I wanted to see what Dick Brewer was doing, and I started doing some research. The rest is history.
Dick Brewer, his approach was so highly technical.
It really was. Dick was a mechanical engineer. He had very much a mechanical engineering mind as a young man. He was into motorsports. He was into boat racing. He was into engine design. And he worked with his father in the aircraft business, making aircraft parts as a machinist. So as unusual as that is, because most shapers are sort of carpenters, he kind of designed an approach to crafting and shaping surfboards.
Extremely passionate, extremely dedicated, huge following.
Really was. Once he moved to Hawaii, basically was at Long Beach State. He had a few credits left. Probably during that period of time, it became a situation where I think he thought, let's go to Hawaii and give it a go. He was interested in design. He certainly had the passion for art and the crafting and sculpturing. And he meshed the two together and basically revolutionized the sport from, I would say, for a good 5 decades.
There's no doubt, at least that long, and probably still influencing it today.
Without a doubt. A lot of today's surfboards are past reminiscences of Dick's early shapes, and others, Mike Diffenderfer, Mike Hinson. I think all of them were in an experimental mode at the time. Certainly with the, and I do cover the shortboard revolution with Bob McTavish. One very funny thing when I'm asked about that is Bob and McTavish and Brewer back in the day, there was no internet, there was no cell phones. Both guys were working on basically the same thing in parallel. And when they met in Maui in '74, it came to life. And Dick influenced Bob, and Bob influenced Dick, and the rest is history as far as the minigun and the shortboard.
What a beautiful story, and I mean, there had to have been so many difficulties getting through this.
There really was. I was in Hawaii during the pandemic. I was quarantined. It was actually, oddly enough, a perfect time to get there because everyone was home. No one could leave the island. A lot of my interview subjects were there, and that was even just the first pass. I went through a second pass of interviews. I did 47 interviews for this. I had no shortage of people wanting to talk about Dick Brewer. Yeah.
How do we connect with you online?
You can go through Legend Lane Bob at legendlanefilms.com, or actually it's Legend Lane Films at iCloud.com. That former email doesn't work anymore, I just remembered. So it's Legend Lane Films at iCloud.com. My name is Bob Campi, and we can connect that way. There's also a website, The Shape of Things, thedocumentary.com, which also has our information on it.
Any funny stories you'd like to share?
You know, interestingly enough, being around Dick in his last 2 years of life was really kind of special, honestly. I never had an interview with Dick. I never could do it. He was suffering from dementia and a few other ailments. He was 83 years old at that time. And Dick, for the most part, as comical as he was still aware of what we were doing. And that was a very special moment. And of course, the friends and family that the surf community has brought us all together has been just unbelievable. Yeah.
Michael Vasquez reporting from the Oceanside International Film Festival.